Hi there. Welcome to part 2 of the artist book that we started with just the plain packing paper. And so now I'm doing covers that I have for these. And this is what I did. I found some cardboard, and this was the rest of the paper that was so that's going to be either the front or the back, doesn't really matter, but I wanted to show you how we do the cover. So the cover is just a tad, if you can see, it's not much bigger, but just a little bit because it'll protect the pages inside. And I just want to make sure I'm in view. So I'm going to cut this like this. Okay, and we're going to fold it in. And we fold both ends. And then after that we can, oops, I'll fold one end just so we can get like the folds going. And the other side. Okay, so now we're going to glue this piece down. I'm going to use my glue stick. If you use the wet glue, it tends to warp a little bit. And it did here because I did use a little bit of the wet glue, but you can't really see it. So when you have a pattern, it doesn't really show up. But the glue stick is good too. Because this paper is just, it's very thin anyway. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. So now I can do the edges. Like so. All right. And so this will be ready to glue down. I'm just going to do the other cover first. There. All right. Ooh. There you go. So that's going to be, you can decide if you want this to be your front or your back. And so the book opens up either this way or you can have it this way. It doesn't really matter. So if this is going to be my front, or first cover I should say, let me just put a piece of, just so I don't get too much glue all over the place. Sometimes I'm a little messy. All right, there we go. It's a lot easier when you have a piece of parchment or something like that. There. So I'm just going to turn this around so I can see, because I'm going to use, I want to use this as my guide. That's a lot bigger. Okay. So I can move it down a bit. It's just a matter of playing around with it. There. So I have about the same amount everywhere, which is fine. And then I'll do the back side. Same thing. Now, if I would have wanted a tie, I would have put it, like I would have glued a piece of ribbon underneath so you could have a tie coming out, but I don't really want to. This is just a little, it's going to be a little artist book, but sketchbook for me to play with and discover mark making and doodling and all this other fun stuff that I can do with it, because summertime is here, for us here anyway, and I want to be able to relax a little bit, maybe in my gazebo by the brook. And so these will be like little books that I can open up and sketch, because that's just playing around with all these different materials and ideas. So now that's done. All right. Okay, so now that we have the little book done, I'm just going to experiment with some stuff. I'm not too fond of this, but I did have some script. I think I'm going to glue this here. So this design will be, each page can be whatever it is that you want to try. That's the fun part. Like this, I believe. And so I'm not quite sure, but I know I want to put some, I was thinking of a nice teal. That's a bit bright. Let's see. That's a nice color too. All right, here goes nothing. Actually, I'll start with the lighter color. Not so intimidating, right? Okay. We have to start making our marks. These are great. They're tempera paint sticks, and they're acrylic, but they're fast drying acrylic. And so, though that's fun to use even with a stencil. Yeah, maybe I could use a stencil. What do I have? Do I want a design or something more? There's already some lines there. This is something I made with a glue stick, but I would have to use the paint. Oh, I got too many options all of a sudden. It's okay. All good. All good. I've got Posca pens, and that would be fun too. Let's see what this one does. Ooh, this is bright. Okay, so when you're using the Posca pens, it's quite bright, as you can see. So maybe I'll turn that into clouds, flowers. Actually, it could almost look like a landscape, right? I can almost see the beginning of something here. Let's try that. Let's use a stick. Use a little bit of black paint. Let's see where this goes. This is a black acrylic paint. So it's actually probably more fun painting with my fingers. This could be a landscape. Oh yes, let's get the fingers messy and dirty. That would be cool. Okay. Let's get some of the inks in here. Let's see. Burnt umber. That would be fun. Let me put a little bit in here. There. A little bit of water. I can use a brush. I don't want to put too much water though, because this is not really water paper. Let's see. Starting to look like a little bit of a landscape, but that's not dark enough, so I want more black in there. And maybe make some trees or a tree line of sort. That'd be fun. This could be like a little fence in a yard, right? Mm-hmm. There. And let's see. And we could start putting in like a little bit of a meadow, I guess. Like a little field or some grass, right? Put little pinks here and there, so that there's like little flowers. Maybe just next to the fence. All right. No wonder kids love these. All right. And my Posca pen. Finish my little clouds. Since they were so bright. But if you don't like that, you can always paint over it. So this is just a fun little way of playing with something that you think might look like a design that you like, or a landscape or whatever. It's just a fun way to play with something. And so I can come back and play with this page some more, fill this in with something else. I have an idea for something on these 2 pages that I want to share, and it might be fun. Let's see. Just want a thin enough brush. And so, all right. Black acrylic. I can use my left hand. Actually, I'm just going to move this up a bit, so I just end up with the 2 pages. This one is drying. Oh, let's just play with this here. I'm going to check to see if I'm still in the view. Yep, because I'm sitting down and I have to look up. All right. Let's see. Just all random lines. With the black. I could use a Posca pen or a marker. I just wanted to use the paint and see. I don't want it to be kind of neat, I guess. I want it to be thick and primitive kind of looking. I don't know. Kind of like that childlike playing, I guess. Yeah, make the lines thicker if I want. Make circles. And see what this does. It's probably a lot, but anyway. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I thought I would try. Let's see. My idea. Let's see how this works. I need a thinner brush. Maybe this one will work better. All right. I'm just gonna. Oh, this is not mixed very well. Kind of like the color. I'll just use the. Oh, there we go. So I thought it would be fun to maybe just paint inside, almost like a coloring book, I guess. And these are just inexpensive paint, but I thought I would see what kind of design it gives me if I just randomly paint certain areas and pick another color. I think it might be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of fun. I might as well finish the bottom here with this color. And then I'll get another color. This was early spring green. Uh-huh. Oh. I didn't bring all my paints, but we'll see what else I got. About I've got yellow. What else do I have? Oh, I got a darker green. Let me see what this does. Add a splash of the darker green. Ooh. You can still see the color underneath, which is cool. Because I'm not putting a very thick layer of these acrylic paints. I could use the sticks too. I think I'd like to have like a burgundy or something. Oops. I won't put too much of that dark. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a burgundy. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I can always try a little bit. Oh, it's a nice color. I may not paint all the spots, but anyway, just a few. And then I wanted to try like I'm not sure how they call it. There's a name for it, but it's I think it's when they fix or repair broken vases. There's a technique, or there's a term for it. So we shall see. What is it? I will just do this part, and then I will demonstrate my other steps. But I think this looks really cool because it's kind of primitive looking. Kind of goes with the style of the. And I've got like a cream color. I don't think yellow. I don't want the yellow, but I will go with the maybe a better cream, just for a few more spots. Oop. I can't remember which brush I have. It doesn't matter. It's going to be hard to get. There. Okay. It's almost at that pale color, but it's okay. You can tell it's. Pay attention. Paint outside of the line. I should have used my left hand. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think that's enough for what I want to do, and then I can keep on playing with the Posca pen marks, but I'm just going to dry this and I'll show you the other part. Okay, so I put a little bit of gold ink in here, and I'm going to go where the black is, and so this would be the idea from the I'll have to look at the term, but when they fix and repair, it's the first time I'm using it in a squeeze bottle like this. I normally use it with a brush. It's coming out thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. We learn. I like how it's easy and smooth. Almost reminds me of stained glass, I guess, but it's quite meditative, these kinds of... There, it works better if I don't tilt it too much. You get to have a more of a line. And I really don't care if it's not straight, because I kind of like the messy stuff, or the grungy stuff. Yeah. So, this is basically what I was trying to get done. Now, I can definitely go back in and make scribble lines. I'm just going to dry this real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. So, happy accidents. Because I was trying to get this to dry really fast, I was smooshing, right? So you end up with these blobs. But I think I'm going to try something and see if it works. But okay, I'm gonna take my Posca pen, and I'm just gonna make like a circle, so it'll look like it was supposed to be there. So these little globs or blobs or whatever, they could all look like they were meant to be. See? They can do whatever. Where else? There's a blob here. And there's one over here. And one over here. And of course, I'll put my hand in that one. But these are kind of happy accidents, right? And then if you want to fix your black over here, you can. So there's different things that you can do. And sometimes I like going and doing the messy look thing. So you can take, this is just a regular pen, but you can do it's a thinner line, and you can play with, so it makes it a little bit messy looking, which is okay. Just kind of emphasize the line. I just kind of like do squiggly lines and go around all that stuff. So this is what you end up with. I mean, some people like that and others don't. I get it. I like the messy look for sure. Yeah. And go inside of the paint as well. Kind of just gives it a different look, right? So that's the whole point, is to have. And I like the thin lines because it's just following through. And now you can do all kinds of designs if you prefer inside. Do all kinds of little dots. So anyway, this is a lot of fun to doodle, very relaxing. And so this is what this book is going to be about, discovering what I can do, like this page. Now I might do something totally different here. I don't know, I haven't decided. Some places I might do collage, I might do some stamping, I might do some drawing, like a botanical stuff. But this is the fun part of these books. It's got the hardcover because these pages are, quite flimsy. But these are called Concertina. I'm not maybe pronouncing it right. Anyway. Oh, I've got too much stuff on my desk. But this is the fun part. It can be displayed on a shelf when you're doing it the right way. It can be displayed on a shelf, and it's just an artist book meant to have fun and discover different techniques, colors. Oh, my book fell on the floor. All right. So there you go. This is the fun part. And part 2. So go ahead and have fun. Now that's this one here. I did the little cardboard one, and I will do a demonstration. And this is the next one I want to try. I have some pretty, I'm going to say pretty papers because I don't want to use them, but I'm going to do another slip knot. I'll do a demonstration on a slip knot with using these types of paper. And so it's going to be a book that I'll be able to get inspired by what I see maybe as the image to, do something here, whether I'm going to sketch or paint. So I've left little pages in between. So this is what this book will be looking like. And I didn't want to use these papers for collage because I think they're pretty, but we'll see. I may still paint over them. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. This is kind of like, but what I enjoy about these is, like I said, when I want to go sit outside, I just have to bring a pen or a charcoal or something, just play with these books. I'll have this one to play with. I have this one to play with. And I have my other ones, which I don't know where I put. But anyway, so I've got quite a few books now that I'm going to have to play with. And anyway, I can't find it. So, alrighty. So that's it for tonight. You guys enjoy. I'll be posting the other tutorials as soon as I can get them going. Bye for now.